Indian Railways carries over 23 million people across the country every day, connecting everyone. But despite all the significance, it also has some serious problems. Overcrowded compartments, unhygienic conditions, frequent accidents, and an old infrastructure. But how did Indian Railways end up here? And most importantly, how can we fix them? In this video, we're going to explore 5 major problems that is faced by Indian Railways and some possible solutions that we can help to get this right back on track. So, please watch this video till the end to understand the reality behind Indian railway system. To grasp the impact of these issues, we first need to understand the scale of Indian Railways. Spanning over 68,000 kilometers, it is the 4th largest railway network in the world. Each day, it transports over 23 million passengers, which is almost equivalent to Australia's entire population. Every major industry in India, starting from agriculture to energy, relies heavily on the system. That means the country's economy would suffer without Indian Railways. Now let's start by looking at the key issues, starting with overcrowding. Indian Railways serves millions of passengers every day and the situation becomes unbearable in the general compartment. These are the most affordable options for many, so these are always high in demand and they can quickly become overcrowded, especially in the peak time like festivals or holidays. This problem have worsened in the recent years because the number of general coaches have been replaced with the AC coaches, which can bring in the more revenue, and as a result, the passengers are now forced to squeeze in the general compartment, which can make the entire travel conditions uncomfortable. So what can be done? The possible solution is to improve the number of general coaches on the train, especially during the high demand period, and also improve the level of comfort in the seating and maintain the cleanliness. Additionally, we can send more trains on festivals and holidays. This can avoid the overcrowding and also give more options to the passengers. Problem number 2 is decline in hygiene. Hygiene on Indian trains is one of the biggest problems. People often find the dirty toilets in the compartments and overflowing wash basins, which can make your travel even more uncomfortable and unhealthy. And to help with this, Indian Railways have introduced the bio toilets, which are supposed to keep the things more cleaner. But they often don't work well because they get clogged and they don't have the enough water pressure, because these toilets are not maintained properly. And another biggest problem is that the passengers don't know how to use these toilets properly. They often throw the trash into the toilets, which can lead to the blockages, and also the maintenance of these toilets are not done well, leaving the compartment and the toilets dirty. So what can be done? To address this issue, we need to focus on the consistent cleaning and the maintenance of the both compartments and the toilets. And Indian Railways should invest on the better waste management system and should focus on more frequent cleaning schedules to ensure the train remains hygienic. Additionally, passengers should be educated on how to use this toilet properly in order to maintain the cleanliness. People need to realize that public property is not just government property, but it is built and maintained with our own tax money. And when they're misusing this public property, they're just disrespecting their own hard-earned contributions, and they're also making it worse for everyone else. Problem number 3, the rise in train accidents. One of the biggest problems with Indian Railways is the frequency of the train accidents, particularly the derailments. In the first 5 months of 2024, 18 derailments were reported, which included 50 deaths and over hundreds were injured. And one of the most tragic railway accidents which occurred in the most recent years were in June 2023 in Odisha. This accident involved collision between 2 trains, which resulted in nearly 300 deaths. These accidents raise many questions about the condition of the infrastructure, the maintenance of the tracks, and also the management of the train operations. The fact that the train derailments keeps happening regularly despite the government promises to improve the railway system is really alarming. But first, let's identify the root cause behind this. The Controller and the Auditor General of India have identified the key reason behind growing number of railway accidents in India. And the major problem is the poor condition of railway tracks. Most of these tracks are old and they have gone beyond their intended lifespan, which is making them unsafe for regular use. And this is the reason for the train derailments. So what can be done then? The immediate focus should be on upgrading and renewing the new tracks. That means you can also replace the old tracks and also improve the signal system and make sure there is a regular inspection to identify the potential hazard before they lead to accidents. Problem number 4, cancellation and delays. Train delays and the cancellation is one of the most significant problems in Indian Railways, which affects the millions of daily passengers. The infrastructure, especially the older route, often struggles to keep up. This leads to the unreliable schedules, delays, and slower speeds. The tracks are often shared between the freight and the passenger train, which can cause congestion. And even the new trains like Vande Bharat Express are still running on an older route with an outdated infrastructure, which can significantly slow down the speed of the train and also affect the travel time. So what can be done then? The key solution here is to expand the railway network's capacity. This means building the separate tracks for both freight and the passenger trains to avoid the congestion, and also to improve the older tracks in order to handle the modern and the faster trains. Problem number 5, financial strain. Indian Railways are under a high financial pressure. With a high operating ratio, Indian Railways often spends more than what they earn. To keep the ticket price affordable for the passengers, they often sacrifice the critical funding which is required for the maintenance, safety, and infrastructure upgrades. The budget priorities have also changed in the recent years. Instead of maintaining and upgrading the existing rail networks, the government is channeling the fund to introduce new trains. Think about it, even the rockets do not perform on petrol, they use the rocket fuel. Yet here we are expecting the 21st century train to perform miracles on 19th century track. We are putting more speed and weight on the train while ignoring the very foundation that they are running on. It's like putting the Ferrari on a dirt road and wondering why it's not performing. So what can be done? Indian Railways need to find the balance between affordability and the investment in maintenance and safety. Slightly increasing the price and premium services can help, and also the government need to focus on improving the tracks and signals. Collaborating with the private companies can also help with the funds and also to improve the new technology which can help in the service. So these are some of the challenges that is faced by Indian Railways today and the solutions that I think that could help. But just to be clear, these are just my opinions and I'm not an expert in this. There are lots of people who know much more about me about this, and there are experts who have been working on Indian Railways to improve, and they can share much more insights and valuable things. But I think this might have given you a clearer observation of what is going on and what we can do to start fixing things. Drop your thoughts or any other additional solutions in the comments below and I would love to read it. And please don't forget to like, share and subs. What? Oh shit, I have a train to catch and I totally forgot about that. I'm rushing late, guys. Let's keep the conversation going on in the comments below and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.